In this video, I'm going to show you how to schedule your FAA written exam. It's not as easy as you might think, so you're going to want to watch this video so you can schedule yourself for that test. Now, for some reason, when you Google search FAA written exam, the place you need to schedule the test doesn't always come up, and you'd think that this would be an FAA website, but it's not. You have to use this website called PSI Exams to schedule it. I'll put a link in the description to make this website easier to find because it can be a little bit tricky. Now, before I show you how to schedule this thing, you need to look at the authorization requirements to see what you need for the test. Because if you don't have the right stuff, the testing people will not let you take it, and you're going to be really sad when you get there. Up here at the top, it shows you the type of ID you need to have. But the most important information is down here in these tables for each of the different tests that are available to you. Let's say I want to schedule my private pilot airplane written exam. I need to know this test code to schedule my exam. So I'll write down this code on a little sticky note or something so I can have that when I go in to schedule the test. I can also see here that the test has 60 questions. I have to be at least 15 years old to take it. I have 2 hours to take it, and I have to score at least a 70% to pass. Now, something else worth mentioning is that down here below the table, there's a few notes that spell out some additional requirements. As you can see, to take the test for the private pilot's license, you must receive either a graduation certificate or an endorsement from a ground school or an approved instructor before you can take this test. And you have to bring that with you, otherwise they won't let you take it. Keep in mind, you don't need an endorsement for some of these tests. These codes right here don't require an endorsement. In fact, for my flight instructors, some of your tests don't require an endorsement. So be sure to look at this page and verify what you need so you don't waste any money. But for those of you who do need an endorsement, be sure to bring that with you when you go to take the exam. And by the way, for the folks working on the private pilot certificate, I do offer a way for you to get that endorsement for only $50. That's about the cheapest you're going to find it anywhere. And if you're interested in that, you can get that by using my premium private pilot ground course over at freepilottraining.net. All you have to do is download the interactive PDF and go through my course. And when you pass with a 90%, I'll email you that endorsement. But anyway, let's get back to the splash page and get our exam scheduled. Now, if you don't have an account, you can create an account right here, and you'll have to download an authenticator app in order to do this. I like to use the Google Authenticator app. I feel like it's the easiest one to use, but I think there's a few other ones that work as well. And a quick pro tip for you guys, I highly recommend putting your login information in your logbook. You're going to be protecting your logbook quite a bit anyways, so this is a really great place to store this information so you don't lose it. And in fact, I like to put my IACRA information and my FTN number in here as well. Anyway, let's go ahead and get signed in here, and then there's this little government warning here. You can just agree to the terms you didn't actually read, and then it'll ask you for your login information. Once I throw that in here, I'll put my authenticator code in and it'll bring me up to the splash page. Once you're here, you can see what exams you've completed by clicking here, but there's almost no point in doing that since it doesn't give you your scores or anything. And that's actually something really important to remember. When you pass a test, be sure to make a bunch of copies of the test record or scan it and save it digitally. They cannot replace that thing if you lose it. So be sure to hold on to that and don't lose it. Okay, so now we'll go up here and click this select button. And you could scroll down and look for the test you need, or you could just type in that code you wrote down earlier. Let's see, we said that was PAR for private pilot airplane, and there it is right there. So I could click on that and get it scheduled. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and schedule my instrument ground instructor test so you guys can see the whole process here. So I'll type in IGI, it's the only one here, so I'll click on that. Just so you know, you're not locked into anything until you select the actual time and location. So I'll double check to make sure that this is the right test and hit submit. I'll confirm my selection, and once I get here, it's asking me if I've ever taken this test before. If this is my first time, I'll select 1, and this test doesn't require an endorsement or anything, so I'll select none. There should be an option for an instructor endorsement if you're taking the private pilot exam, so be sure to put that in here if you're taking that test. And we'll just hit continue. If you need a special accommodation, be sure to select that. Otherwise, hit continue and confirm that. Now, this little pop-up gives you some handy information. It just tells you all the stuff that's allowed to be taken into the testing facility. I'll select that I understand and agree. And now this is where you type in your desired location. I'm picking a 50-mile radius from Anchorage, Alaska, and a date that works for me. So let's see what we've got here. I've got a few different options. All I have to do is select the time and the date that I want to test. By the way, for my military folks, if there's a military facility on this list, you can take the test for free if you have base access. And I do, so I'm going to certify that I have access to this facility, and that will open up all the options for that facility. Then I'll just select what I want and confirm the time, date, and location. If you have to pay, this is where they'll take your credit card information and all that good stuff. So I'll skip this part so someone doesn't steal my credit card information again. If you have questions, comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. And don't forget, if you need an endorsement for that private pilot written exam, be sure to check out freepilottraining.net, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.